Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week in, to Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. I was a little distracted. I'm actually shutting my notifications down on my telephone because I don't want that thing to be making some noise. Because if it makes noise, it will distract the process here, and we don't want the process disturbed because my mind does not need to be messed up. So my stream, my chat is not showing up. Don't know if I'm live or not. So I am going to go to my Facebook and see if I'm here. Says I am. And that says I got people on here. Well, so if you're there, I do not know you're there. So I've got to go here and try to renew my chat. The chat's not working. Oh. Not good. All right, there we go. Finally got some chat. Lord have mercy. So no, it was not using my chat at all. That was my whole problem. Is I got it going there now. Bill, thanks for joining us. Corliss, thanks for joining. Danielle, thanks for being here. Ben and Cheryl Garcia, thanks for being here. Cheryl Moulton, thanks for being here. Sherry Thomas, thanks for being here. So no, I've got the one chat that's working on Facebook, but my restream chat is not working. So, but I'll still see the Facebook chat. So that's okay. We will deal with it. So let's get started. First, share, like the show. Let's get everybody going. Thanks, Lee Wright, for welcoming. And Lee showed up in the from Facebook over here, so that's there. I just do not have the other stream that I usually have showing. So share, like the show. Let's build us a little audience here so we can have a vigorous conversation tonight. So just ask, how many of you guys went to the drone show last night that we had at the city? Nice drone show. I actually really enjoyed it. My wife and I went sort of last minute, drove up there, found a place to park, walked around a little bit, saw the drone show, walked back over and slid out. So it was nice, and it was an eventful little nice to get out. Nice to get out of the house and go see that. So I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot. Nice little show. Corliss. Corliss read the chat on YouTube. We can see each other's chat. You can see the YouTube chat. I can't see the restream chat, but I can see the chat. It's working good enough. It's just I'm not able to scroll back on the chat that I have, right? And I'm not able to highlight anything anybody says because that chat is not functioning. But it's okay. I can see what you guys are saying. It's just I have limited chat capabilities this evening, but that's okay. We shall deal with it, right? It'll be okay. It will be fine. Then also a public service announcement. If you guys get an email about Donald Ferguson having a meet and greet and eating food and stuff, spam. Don't click on it. Don't pay attention to it. I talked to Donald this evening. Donald said, several people have called him, and it's not real. So don't respond to it. Don't click on it. If you get an email from Donald Ferguson about a dinner or drinks, just ignore it. It's not real. So that's our public service announcement tonight for my uh, endorsed candidate for senator of Rockdale County, Donald Ferguson. That's what I got to say about that. So Donald is my preferred candidate for the Senate seat in Rockdale County, our state Senate seat. And also, just let you guys know, January the 4th, I will be having State Senator Emmanuel Jones uh, on the show. Uh, he will be discussing about his candidacy running for Senate, for House District 13 for United States Congress. So we'll have him on here. And Ben said that they did him and Cheryl. We saw Cheryl and we saw Mary Boysworth there and her friend. So yeah, we did see a few people there at the Drain Strong show last night, and Cheryl and Ben, one of them, William Campbell, who all was running. Right now, I can tell you there are like 13 people who have said they're going to run for Congress, and I know some of them I don't know, but it'll be interesting. I actually think you got like 11 or 12 Democrats and 2 or 3 Republicans that are going to be running for that thing. So there could be 15, 16 people at the end of the day running for that Congress. And Congressman Scott has not officially said he's not running. So we could have 80-year-old Congressman Scott running who hasn't voted in the last 6 elections. So it's very interesting, right? Very interesting. So we'll see how all that turns out, but that'll be interesting. So I think, the 26th primary will be a very interesting primary. I'm interested for what's going on here local. I think we'll have a few people running for one of our Board of Commission seats, and it'll be an interesting little time here in Rockdale County with that going on. But yeah, that's what'll happen. And we'll have a couple of our Board of Education seats up for election. I think Sandra Jackson-Lett and Janie Jones will both be running for re-election. Haven't heard anybody going to primary them yet, so they could be running unopposed. But so I know those 2 Board of Education seats are up this year, and that Board of Commission post 1 seat is up this year. So we'll see what happens with that. So, but yeah, that's what we got going on. Nice little audience built so far. So let's discuss the topic of the day. And I was hoping I wouldn't have to discuss this topic ever again after a few years ago. But once again, the Board of Commission has decided to talk about something, do something that irritates the voters, irritates the constituents, irritates the folks of Rockdale County, and that's trash. And it's a no-win subject because no matter which side they go on with this, people do not like when the trash thing gets messed with. So we're going to talk about the trash tonight, right? So this is a way, from my understanding, this is what the county's going to do. Starting December 1st, you can purchase your tag, which will gain you entry into the recycle center where you can take anything in with that tag. The tag will be $150 a month for just normal person. A senior citizen will get a tag for $100 a month. And you're still going to have your pay per item menu available until February the 1st. But if you've got the tag, you're going to get a couple of months of, I guess, just the tag. You could do the tag, or you could pay per pay per item, I guess. Doesn't make any sense to do that. But if you buy a tag, you get that. After February the 1st, you will not gain entry without a tag, or unless you're going to recycle. and it was on the October 28th meeting, and there are three, and all three voted for it. So, you're going to, they're going to amend it, and you will be able to recycle, is what I understand. You will be able to take your recyclables in at no charge. Um, and it will be $150 a year and $100 a year. And it will start February 1 to February 1. But if you buy the tag in December, you'll get 2 months. So, I've seen a lot of people have conversation about this last couple of weeks. And I told you I would get you guys the information, and that's the information thus far. Thus far, the $150 tag for just anybody, $100 tag for senior citizens. It will still also be a per item fee that you can do until February the 1st. After February the 1st, you will have to have a tag to enter for trash bulk items, but they are going to amend it to accept recyclables at no cost. So it's interesting, right? And I've heard some of you guys actually put out your request, and $100 a year, not monthly. Yes, $100 a year, not monthly. And some of you would say, well, why not just do credit cards, keep it an a la carte or per item, raise the fees if you have to somewhat, but keep it that way also if you don't want to do a tag. And I can see that, right? Because I have a monthly garbage service that I pay for. I have to take in a random item occasionally to the recycle center, maybe a couch, maybe some mattress box springs. Maybe once a year I do that, right? So it doesn't make sense to pay $100 or $150 for that random one-time visit. There are 2 listening sessions planned for this. One listening session is a Zoomed, and one is in person. You're right, Charlotte. And if you want to put the dates in the chat, you can. But I find that interesting, right? So, and I'm going to tell you, if there's one thing that I've learned from my time in Rockdale County, don't mess with the trash. You mess with the trash in this county, and you're liable to get an uprising. If you live in the city bills already include recycling. Well, city residents have to pay as well. Yeah, if you want to go and use the recycle center, yes, Beverly, you will have to pay to get a tag to go to the recycle center. Why not include the hours to include Sundays and Mondays? Clayton, I think these are things that need to be told to the commission. I think when they have their listening sessions with the Zoom and the in-person, it will be important for citizens to attend and let their opinion be known. Like for me, if you want to sell the yearly tag, sell the yearly tag. But if someone wants to buy it, so be. But so John Bauer said, even though it's not always true, that sometimes he has experienced the line being backed up to Sigmund Road. It's not always that way, but sometimes it is that way. Catherine Lynn says she's glad to see some of the backtracking on it. She's not going to thank them for it because it's something they should have done, and it shouldn't be their handling of this whole issue has been a train wreck, very short-sighted and poor performance by government, in my opinion. Sure. I mean, Catherine, I think the 3 times that I know of that trash has been handled, brought up, it's not been brought up well. Uh, so it's when it's crazy, right? Uh, so and then Mary says when they close when there's a Monday holiday, they also close on Tuesday. So being Garcia, I like the idea of increasing the price per item and pay by debit credit card only. And I mean, this is the thing. I mean, have your yearly unlimited process if you want it, but keep your a la carte policy also. Um, uh, if somebody's wanting to wait in line to drop something off, then that's okay to wait in line to drop something off. Everything doesn't have to be immediate. It doesn't have to be right now. And I think that's one of the issues they were complaining about a parking deck in Old Town. Instead of walking 100 feet, you may have to walk 200 feet. You ever gone to Atlanta and gone to the Capitol? You got to park somewhere and walk there no matter where you go, right? So, I mean, you're going to walk a little bit no matter where you park at. So, this thing about not walking, um, if you've got business to do and I make the parking deck 150 feet or 200 feet away from the courthouse, then you got to walk. Same thing as if you have a line to do trash business. That's good. I mean, people are taking their trash to the place and they're not dumping on the side of the road, right? Those big items, fridges and mic and washers, dryers, and couches, and chairs and such. Have Clayton Norwood have 2 lines: a pay line and a free recycling line, which would be the tagline. Also, I agree with you. Beverly, Gail, so you guys don't go to the center because everything is picked up and it's included in your tax bill. And they also pay for a dumpster at their business, which is in the city. Ms. Russo says, I think we'll be having trash partners. So, I mean, she thinks people will be sharing the tag. So, James, what problems they said? They said overcrowding, as far as extended lines, and they came and said not handling cash. That it would be a cash free endeavor. So I think they don't want to handle cash anymore, and that's why I'm saying just do debit credit, and and have it both ways. I mean, if you want to do your $100 and your $150 tags, do your $150 tags, but also leave that option for that person that wants to go one time a year and drop a couch off, that or wants to go one time a year and drop off a large item, because you might not need to pay 100 or $150 if you're going to go one time and pay $15 or $10 or whatever it is, right? So I do think the town halls that you're going to have are necessary. Alex, I agree with you. I don't know how this is going to eliminate lines. Someone is still going to have to be there to make sure commercial dumping isn't taking place, and that's correct. You're going to. And John says, I thought it was mentioned that the basic cost of operating. Yeah, John, that was also mentioned. But, Alex, and you can talk about this. Alex brought it to my attention the other day. Anyway, it's a subsidized thing anyway, right? We're already, as taxpayers, we're already paying for this, right? Because it's government owned, government run. we are already paying for it. So if we're already paying for it and our tax dollars are doing it, someone said that it's a backdoor way of a tax increase. Now, just going to ask everybody on here, do you guys look at this as a backdoor way that they're doing a tax increase? Just, do you think that? Um, Clayton, I've not heard anybody complaining about losing the ability to pay cash. I've not heard one person complain about the ability losing the ability to pay cash. I've heard the complain about losing the ability to do a la carte and just pay as you go. That's been the complaint. And Alex says 100% it's a backdoor tax increase. Um, and John, you do not view it as a backdoor tax increase. So, but I do look at it a little skeptical also. I don't know, sir, if I think it's a backdoor tax increase, but I also maybe think that if it's going to be something that, we're already paying for in taxes, that we might need to look at how we want to recoup and do and whatever. If we're already as taxpayers paying for it, then wouldn't you rather just pay for it all in the front end and really not worry about fees at all? Just wondering. And I think you need to apply for a tag and get a tag to show that you're allowed to use the center as a taxpayer. That would be my opinion. So Charlotte says the cash was disappearing. I would like to get John's opinion on it because I know John sometimes has some really good insight on when he looks at things like this. So, John, if you want to put your opinion out there. No, I don't think the increase was to hire additional people. They did say because everything that they bring in, they have to pay to haul out because it's not a landfill per se. If you go to some places and they have a landfill, then everything stays in house except the recyclables, right? But that's not a landfill. Everything that they bring in, they have to haul out. So just like I thought, people really interested in this and the audience. I didn't even advertise the show tonight because I didn't think I was going to have to. So we have a nice audience tonight. All this conversation, and it's because it's trash. Just telling you, it's trash. So Sandy says that if she believes we've got to pay to use it, tax dollars shouldn't be used to subsidize it. So that interesting concept, right? So uh, Alex, what do you think? Do you think they should just whatever it costs? That's what it costs. Front end it. Get a daggone permit to show that you're a county resident and call it a day. Is that what you think we should do? Whatever what do you guys think? I'll tell you my personal opinion is, hey, maybe I think that's what we should do. Is just if it costs what it costs, we're going to subsidize it, and um, and you need to go and apply for a tag to be able to go in and out. That's what I think we might should do, right? Or keep it a la carte, and you can get a tag and do if they want to do a little bit of an increase to subsidize whatever, right? I don't know. Alex says up the fees. Uh, He sees it as a user fee operation. John's okay. Or Alex says privatize it, and that is another option. You know, privatize it or subsidize it. It is more detailed, and it is complicated, John. I totally get it, right? Totally get it. But you know, I'm I'm sort of going to go with the too simple solution, and I agree with Alex. I think you either privatize it or you just raise the fees some, right? Raise the fees some, keep it all a cart, let you do your tag if you want to, or privatize it. Or you got the other option, just totally subsidize it and get tags. But I think there are multiple options that we could do to you know, trash is a complicated issue in Rockdale County. I mean, like I said, one of the biggest crowds I ever saw in my life at a board of commission meeting or any meeting in Rockdale County was the trash gate, and you had both buildings and the yards full up there on Main Street that day. It was crazy. And then I knew a few years before that they had another meeting about the trash over at Johnson Park, and I think that was out the door full also. Clayton, is the tree debris still considered recycling? I would say it would be, but I don't know. I think they've got a little bit more to do. Jack, you know what? That is an interesting thing. Your car tag says that you live in Rockdale County, but that's not good enough because I know people who have car tags from Newton County to Cobb County, Clayton County, Henry County, and they live in Rockdale County. And I know people who have Rockdale County tags who do not live in Rockdale County. If you want to see this phenomenon in action, Jack Dam, just go to early voting and look at the car tags of the people coming in to vote, and you will see that doesn't work. The car tag thing does not work. Does not actually prove residency. So I think you're going to have to bring a utility bill in. You're going to have to prove residency to get that because the car tag is not a valid way to. And there are car tags from numerous states in the county also. So, and as Gail Davis Owen said, the car tag is not going to work. So. So Alex got a quick thing. He said, "Ask the county what it costs to process a bag of trash, and if they don't have the answer, then they can't give you a price on what it should cost." And it's like Corliss. Yep, Newton doesn't require an emission. Charlotte, if it costs to shred and haul, the yard to be off-site. So, but it costs them to haul everything off-site because nothing stays on site. They mentioned that the other day. 100% that comes in, 100% must be paid for it to be processed out. So everything that comes in is hauled off. Everything. John, I'm going to read his final comments. He says, just my final thought. It is not perfect. I agree. I also think the county needs to move forward. I also have heard some good ideas tonight. And if the county moves forward, then I find it responsive to acknowledge it. Not perfect and comment to a public process to improve it de facto. Yet. And Cheryl, and they have 30 days to register a tag in Rockdale County. Yeah, that don't happen. Just being real with you. Just being real. That don't happen. Like I said, if you've been like I have for years, doing campaigning at the early voting location, and you see all the cars come in and their county of origin and tags, you'll see that It's a hodgepodge. Uh, it is a hodgepodge. Yeah, and Alex again mentioned, that everybody at the fall festival and these different places can use a card reader and whatever. And I don't think it's that big of a deal for the county to take debit credit card, Alex. I don't think it's a big issue. And if they need to charge the surcharge for it, then make that happen too. So I think we'll see what happens. But I think it is interesting. And everybody thinks people are going to be sharing the tags. They think that's going to be an issue with the tags. Will be sharing the tags because you don't have what they said. You don't have to stop if you got a tag. It's just a drive-through, so you're not going to have to show an ID to show that the tag belongs to you. And that's part of the reasoning for the tag is to expedite the in and out and to have a line. If you've got a tag, you just drive through. So interesting, very interesting. So, hey, I thought this would be a very interesting show when we started talking about trash, and what I expected to happen has happened. We are having vigorous debate about trash in Rockdale County. Uh, can't go wrong with that, can you? So, I think, you know, Charlotte says no bigger loss than what's happening now. So it's interesting, right? So I think we've had totally enough talk about garbage. we have talked garbage enough. We have had a half-hour conversation about garbage, and this is what I and John, I like that. There's still more trash to be thrown out. Okay, so what I think we should do is move on. Right, talk about something else. So yeah, I like it. I do like. I knew this was going to be spirited. Anytime we talk garbage, it is always a very, very spirited conversation in Rockdale County. So, you know, this coming Thursday, one of my favorite holidays, Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. Do you guys like Thanksgiving? Love Thanksgiving. So, do love Thanksgiving. I think it's a great holiday. I enjoy spending time with family and getting together with family I don't see often, which I plan to do this Thanksgiving also. And I hope each and every one of you get to spend time with ones that you care about and that you love and that you don't get to spend a lot of time with, and you get to have meaningful, quality conversations um, and just that time to reconnect. Um, so I know I'm looking forward to having dinner with family and having great conversation and just just getting to reconnect. And that as you get older, because I do qualify for that senior trash giveaway thing, right? So hey, I'm getting up there. I'm a senior. I qualify as a senior. I ate at Golden Corral today. I paid my senior thing at the Golden Corral. So taking advantage of those senior discounts, right? Uh, Crazy. You never think about this when you're younger. It's like, man, that's a long way off. Then when you get to this senior age, it's like, okay, now I qualify for this stuff. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, do you guys are you guys looking forward to the Thanksgiving and spending time with family and friends this year. I know I am very much so. And I'm looking forward to a break from work, right? So looking forward to a little time away from the office, time away from the grind. Alex, you got to be 60 to get the trash thing. You're a few years away to get the $100 trash. So you got to be at least 60 years old. So to get the trash thing, you got to be in your sixes. But happy birthday to Alex, everybody. Alex will be 56 tomorrow. So happy birthday, Alex, and happy 56. So that'll be a good one for you. And my wife's best birthday is Wednesday, so she's celebrating her birthday on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. She's excited about that, and that's a good thing. Also, we're excited about that. Also, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the holidays. Looking forward to some good turkey and dressing and all that, and I hope you guys have a great holiday too. And I will be having a show next Sunday, so not gonna cancel the show because of the extended holiday weekend. We will have a show and talk about a lot of things that are going on in the county and what's going on around here. I think this past week the superintendent had a little town hall thing over at the RCA. It was a very nice little format. And we enjoyed the people that did come out and attend it. I think Mayor-elect Alsobrook had a listen to the mayor session this week. I think that Councilman-elect and Anthony Pacheco, he had a listening session also. So I think you've had people do these kind of things and invite the public out so they can hear your concerns. Very interested in that. The Board of Education is beginning their budget cycle here as we're moving into December. We'll be starting to looking at head count and hiring and contract things we're doing. So it'll be getting into that budget process for next year. Someone asked me any news on the Buc-ee's front. No news on the Buc-ee's front, but I think no news is good news. That's my opinion. So, if anybody else has maybe heard anything, you can put that out there. Or something like that. Cheryl, I think somebody said they may have saw one time somewhere, but no, nothing confirmed is what I believe. So, and I can't really, I don't know. So, that's basically that. So, but yeah, I mean, there's always a report of something going on. So, and I do know that that we're going to look at some different things this coming year with the Board of Education, some different changes. Looking at that new magnet school. It'll be interesting to see what we do with attendance this year with those policies we've done. The declining enrollment. That's something we'll definitely have to look at and see how that impacts the budget. Clayton, we do know that one person, and if public records request was done, that Melissa Mims, the former PR director, had filed a declaration of intent for that position. So we do know that one person, and I think there's a couple of other people who have informally declared interest in running. Um, if it goes as to norm, there'll be 3 to 4 people running for that seat. Uh, that's what I forecast. I forecast 3 to 4 people running for that board of commission seat. That's usually what happens. So in Corliss, says that they want to add some money to the budget to fund some additional things. And Jack Dam says, I vote for Corliss Turner. Interesting. But yeah, so that is all interesting. So I like I told you, I think we're going to have an interesting local political cycle this year because all of our state constitutional offices are up for election. All of those, the governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, attorney general, every member of the state legislature, every state senator. So it's going to be interesting. It is going to be very interesting, this election cycle. And it's the national midterm. So, and I guess you guys have your very strong opinions about funding the nonprofits. Then there's, I get you. I get that. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see what goes on here in Rockdale County. I think we're going to have an interesting 2026. So right after this Thanksgiving week, then we immediately will transition into just right down the road is Christmas, and one of my favorite holidays. If anybody ever drives by my yard, I'm already started to. I put out my Christmas inflatables. I got like a 12-foot snowman. I got like a 12-foot Santa castle, and I got like it's a 12-foot long Santa and reindeer. And then I just put some lights on the shrubbery. I got my lights that just came in that we're going to hang on the front of the house. So I'll have that done after the weekend. I'm going to do that till the coming weekend. But yes, I am getting the place all festive for Christmas. Love Christmas. Tucker Cox loves Christmas. I mean, my dog, he loves Christmas. He loves sitting on the couch with me watching the Hallmark movies. We got one that's recording right now because it started at 8 o'clock. And with me doing the show, I had to, of course, do the show, not wanting to miss my Hallmark movie tonight. So Tucker Cox has probably started ahead of me watching the show, but I'm going to go and rewind it and, well, not rewind it, but go back and start it over on the DVR. But can't wait to watch that Hallmark movie. I've been watching Hallmark movies since they started on Halloween. But that's me. What I love to do, love to watch Hallmark movies. And you know what? I have ranted and raved and talked to you guys enough, and you guys have had an excellent chat, right? I've just enjoyed the banter, enjoyed following along in the conversation, and I have enjoyed you guys just going that extra mile with this, right? So thank you guys for doing that. Thank you for making this not a dull evening, adding some excitement with your banner and your chatter. But yeah, that's what we've got tonight. I want to first of all thank all you guys for joining me tonight. Thanks for the trash talk. Can't go wrong with trash talk. Corla says we not finished yet, Larry. Yeah, you guys are about finished because Tucker Cox is waiting on me to watch the Hallmark movie, and they're already barking out there. because they want the Hallmark movie to come on, just like me. So I'm going to let you guys go tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very, very much for tonight's show. Thanks for the dialogue. Uh, let's continue the dialogue next Sunday. You guys want to talk about more about some trash? We can talk some more about some trash. But I want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a great time with your family and friends. And I can't wait to see each and every one of you again next Sunday night, 8 p.m. on YouTube and Facebook. Good night. And again, have a very happy Thanksgiving.